Hi, welcome everybody to this week's episode of Salem by Night, Season 2, Chapter 8. I'm your host, your storyteller, your dark reigning queen, Void Doll. It is a pleasure to have you all here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow all of these wonderful VTubers. I am the storyteller. The energy is still a little weird. I am making coffee. I will shape up in time to act for all of you. But before then, we need a recap of Chapter 7, Season 2. Julian?
I'm sorry, who's Julian? Is
Right.
that you?
Glenn, I meant.
Glenn. That's with 2 N's, mind you. Yes. Hello, good evening. My name is Glenn, and I am here to tell you all the crazy things that happened last week, because it has been an incredible evening. Jericho was our hero of the night, bringing us food, but may I say it may or may not have disappeared in the mouth of another an unfortunate incident that I'm sure you have seen, as it was 2 sessions ago, so please go catch up. Other than that, welcome back, Jericho. We're happy to have you here. Thank you. Let me tell you a little bit about what happened last time. Well, let's start with a quote. Your watchdog is no longer here. Viola wakes up, but Elizabeth has found a way into Viola's mind and unlocks the prison, the Pandora's box inside. And the demons, the horrors of her past, and every excruciating cut is replayed and unleashed. The prison bars have been broken, and Viola's mind is no longer that of her own. For she is haunted beyond recognition, and inside are those demons pounding at the gates, wanting to get out. And the only thing that stands between them and the real world is the flesh suit that Viola wears. Elizabeth wants the canary, and for those who don't know, and of course, as Marquis, I know everything, that the canary is none other than a certain red-haired beauty, an angel in a painting, and the shattered teacup daughter of Vice Brown. Give me the canary, and you can have your freedom. Viola steps out to make a deal with Rook. Take me out, stab me, kill me, stake me, do what you must. For if she becomes an incontrollable Judas, without remorse, there will be nothing left, and no reason to live. Xirus, our doctor, who, if you were to look on the surface, seems to be holding it together, but really, behind the closed door, speaks with someone named Cherry. An offer of a trade, and a promise of blood and pleasure. But Cherry, what a strange, familiar name. Because we know also a conversation between Jericho and Nox about a dog, a missing dog. And there is a subtle threat in those words. Find the dog within the hour, or my alliance will turn, and I will speak to the other people that you don't like so much. Rook and Xirus have been interrupted once again. Rook comes in, talk to Xirus about his family, to find common ground. Elizabeth has taken them away. I understand how you feel. And so Xirus reflects on the life of his own daughter. And he digs deeper into the darkness and slowly drowns his remaining humanity in a bottle. With permission from Jericho and Xirus, Marquis calls his husband. The wolf boy is here, and we need your help. A quiet, short reunion between husbands. Not with many words, but just with a glance. And the facade that Marquis carries around is slowly chipped away piece by piece until he is a vulnerable, loving man. It is the calm before the storm. If you think that last time was a storm, you truly don't know what it's like to sit in the eye and wait as the future end is within your grasp. And I'll turn the story back to our storyteller, who will take us on today's journey further into storm.
Tonight's session starts in a liminal space, a nostalgic space. Xirus, in and among all of the interruptions and the video call with Andy, you receive an email. The notification dumps onto your phone screen, black and red.
I'm sorry, explain the black and red. It says black and red?
The email itself, unlike its typical grayscaled blue image of a new envelope in your inbox, the entire notification is just black and red.
Yeah, checks it.
It does not say who it is from, other than... Okay, so there's no name. It's a title on who it's from. You check that immediately before you even read it. It says, the very bottom, sincerely, the K-Knight. And it starts, Dear Baron, or would you rather call yourself Prince? I write you with an inquiry. This weekend, there is a gathering. Elizabeth has called, but he calls her the Red Queen, has called an Elysium. Will you be in attendance? And if you will be in attendance, might I know the colors you are wearing? I wish to match the Baron I wish to serve.
Does Xirus have an idea who this is?
Roll for me a intelligence and an insight, I think, will work.
Intelligence and insight. Ooh, I didn't roll that good.
You-
With all my
shit.
dice. Oh
Oh.
boy.
With two successes, unless you use a willpower.
I can give you my willpower if you want.
I should still have, right? Yeah, I can use a real willpower. How do I do this again?
So on Roll20, you click underneath your willpower, like squares. You click willpower reroll, and it'll just automatically do it for you.
Okay. And then it says dice to roll. Well, how many do I...
3.
Okay.
Why does it roll so many for just 3? Okay, so that's 4 successes. Are you comfortable with that?
Sure, yeah.
The K-Knight. The K-Knight is of the clan of the Dragon, a Semitsi elder who has not answered the call. He is invested in the Gehenna War in the Middle East. However, a scholar, a man of science, and you could say an ally of Oberon. The Semitsi with the animal balloons from season 1.
Yes, I will never forget Oberon.
The K-Knight is his friend, or their friend. You're not sure what Oberon's identifying factors are. And the K-Knight does not really go by a name.
And this is, when does it say this meeting is happening?
This weekend, that there is going to be in a named Elysium, which will be a part of the city, It'll be like a city block or so, where vampires
Right.
get to show up to a vampire masquerade.
And how far away from this is this? From tonight? I forget what date it is.
I think today's Thursday
Okay.
in game. I think it's Thursday
good-
in game.
Got a couple days.
So I think Saturday or
I
Sunday.
really want to get.
Yeah.
I really want to get Vice and hopefully Mads before this. Yeah. Looks at the email as he plays with his glass.
You find in a nostalgic feeling, you also have an email from Oberon asking a similar social etiquette question. What colors? But Oberon says, what cut will you be wearing? Which he's referring to, are you going to be wearing Versace? Are you going to be wearing Gucci? Are you going to be wearing Tom and Tyler, which is an incredibly old brand, etc., etc. And there are other kindred that have responded. All in all, you have 5 emails from kindred Simitzi, other warlocks in the Tremere. You have a Toreador. Different clans, high up members of these clans are interested in what colors you'll be wearing. Mind you, this whole year and a half, Elizabeth has not named an Elysium in Salem. Salem has been unsafe and unfit. After taking over Vice's barony and hunting down his protege, his allies, and destabilizing the system, this is the first you've heard of her making this move. Interesting that you would get it in the form of an email asking what suit you're going to wear. Surely Viola, Jericho, and Skylar would have recognized or caught on that this kind of a grand thing was happening unless something else was afoot.
Yeah.
That's what you get with 4 successes and all the information.
He sends a text to Julia. Julia's
in torpor, so
Oh, I knew that.
yes.
I'm very memorable. My brain is working, guys. I'm not sick. Relax.
So you send a message to Kyler, to Viola, Jericho, the Marquis, Rook.
I guess it would have to be Kyler,
Okay. You sound so sad.
unfortunately. Yeah.
He is your childer.
He has his suit back at his place. It was given to him by his grandfather.
Okay, so this is
He hasn't touched it since.
this is not
And
this is not a name brand. This is a suit that was fit for a king. Understood.
yeah, it has this pin on it. It was a gift from him. That's what he chooses to wear, and he can't quite recall the colors of it. But he wants to see it. A picture. If Kyler can do that for me. And he says, P.S. Don't touch anything else in my room, Kyler. I'll know.
You do get a snap back, and the snap back that you get is him giving you a thumbs up and then licking a corn dog. And he says, do you
I
think
need to uninstall this app.
Xirus, do you think I could actually eat this without throwing up? Look at how much I can fit in my mouth at once. I'm really considering it. Yeah, I'll get your suit. Wait, suit? Why do you need a suit?
He
This is
He
the
takes a
music
big swig
in
of
Kyler's
his now.
background as well.
yeah.
I
He
want to
takes
say I
a
love
big
this
swig
music.
of his whiskey first before replying. Skylar, please do not waste my time with unnecessary questions when I ask you to do something.
Sorry, I'm a little high.
He types, deletes. Just like there's a little frustration in his snap, like reply, and he goes, types again. Get to it quickly. Now. And that's it.
You get like just him a dancing snapback, but he's dancing for the exit. So.
Why did I download this Snapchat again? I can never remember. How did you get my Snapchat? What?
Yeah.
He's an insanely incredible hacker, that's how.
Yeah, yours isn't your chat snap isn't even the right colors. Like it's normally like a marigold and cream. Yours is like edgy with vampire fangs. Okay, that being said, that was the only small entrance scene that I wanted to run. You handled that really well. Go ahead and give yourself a storyteller willpower. I pat you on the head, poor sick friend. Where does the rest of the coterie want to start?
I believe we were going to start with the Marquis, right?
I think so, but I don't.
So Kyler went out to. So what happened was at the end of is Kyler went out and was talking about Nox and the dog, and was gonna go talk to Marquis about it.
So the Jericho had all that information.
Let's do Jericho.
Kyler kind of has that information. So do you want to do?
I was outside with the Marquis, and then he drugged me.
Right.
Oh yeah, the blood caffeine. Yeah.
Yeah. He's nice.
And
So here,
Rook is outside,
What blood espresso?
shaking.
right. How I want to start, right, is I like want kind of all of you to be together. Right? Like
Okay.
Sure.
Xirus off on his own, but this is what I was thinking is a few moments after the whole here, drink this, and then Rook's like, whoa, what the fuck? What is this? Oh my god, it's crazy. This is awesome. I haven't had anything like this in so many years. I feel insane. I can never stop. I am unstoppable. I am brave. Right? I imagined Marquis kind of guiding him back towards the facilities, right? Walking through the parking lot, headed under the street lamps, and then Jericho meeting them, and Viola as well. So you would meet right on the precipice, and it would be up to you guys if you were outside or you were inside having this conversation. How I imagine it is if you are having this conversation on the inside, you're also making preparations to leave. Duffel bags are being packed. You're talking and moving as you do. So you're welcome to like describe your character, like, Rook takes his extra cigarettes, et cetera, because you can imagine like Bishop is going to go pack. I forgot to mention something for the Marquis, but I'll get it this time. With the wits and awareness. What's up?
Bishop ordered a bunch of stuff, so is that there? Okay.
I'm assuming that it's there, and then we're divvying out what needs to be divvied out.
Yes. Okay. So I also, for some reason, imagined you guys are in the pool, but that's like quite a ways in the facility.
What's left of the pool?
Yeah, what's left of the pool. But anyways, so either way, in my brain, you're all together. Do you guys want to be outside? Do you want to be inside?
How long is this blood caffeine supposed to stay?
The rest of the session.
You know what? I just feel like Marquis would be standing outside. He's got his arm linked with Rook, and Rook.
I'm literally spinning you in a circle. Because he's like
He's-
walking in a circle, like
You just
I
need to
think
know.
Viola would
pointing
be-
at the
Run.
stars, and
Yeah.
he'd be looking like, you see that one up there, Rook? I remember when that one couldn't even be visible from the sky. You want to know why? And I'll tell you this story about a long. And
he's like, you know, I am not listening to a word you're saying,
And
right?
he's
All
like,
I'm thinking about is like, I just
oh,
want
yeah.
to run in a circle.
You do get +1 to all of your rolls because you're on a vampiric stimulant. Okay.
Juice.
All right. I need Marquis to roll a wits and awareness. All of you are together. Kyler will join you at a dramatically appropriate time. All right.
Got it.
Here we go. Marquis, wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness coming your way. Woo! 4 successes.
Okay. There is a suitcase for you. Your suitcase, actually. A nice Versace golden color. A suitcase. Yes, your suitcase is waiting for you at the edge of the
My
tree line.
suitcase is here? Wow, that's exciting. Oh my goodness.
No, you
believe
have to
it.
say it posh or you're wrong. A
My
suitcase.
suitcase. My suitcase.
Yes,
My
perfect.
carrying case.
Yes.
Excellent.
And it's like set up in such a way that it would remain hidden if you missed it, but it's there for you. I'm assuming in a gliding sweep you collect the carry-on.
Oh, absolutely.
Just by the weight, change of clothes, toothbrush, hair product, skincare, probably something to drink. You think maybe your wife? Nope. It's Vincent's blood. You can smell it. Probably
That
in a bag.
makes him feel a certain way.
But you definitely know your wife has like sprayed perfume on your clothes of hers, so you can smell it. So it's kind of like
I
your
can
lunch.
also-
Honey, you forgot your lunch before you go to work.
I feel like you would also have something in there that is long distance particular enjoyment for couples. Definitely think that would be in there. It would be a controller. It would be the controller for certain items.
I see. So your wife left that so that you can harass Vincent because she loves that. Perfect. And
Correct.
Vincent left you book 3 that he did tape the cover back on. For you.
Taped it back on.
Yeah, it was
God, and it's not even book tape. He's like,
it's just like that Scott brand, you know.
oh, he's like, he's like, it's not even the proper book tape that I bought him. This simply will not do. He shoots off a text and he says, "You're in trouble."
You don't get a message back probably because handling the kid. So, but Jericho, you hit the metal exit like bar. Makes this ka-chunk. You step outside, fellow kindred. Not only do you let them know that all the supplies Bishop brought is in, but Bishop brought extra for everyone. And these are clothes, weapons, supplies, goods, etc., etc. Yep.
Oh, good.
And I'll let you guys roleplay. You know, you still have to talk about the little missing dog. And, well, anything else that your character would like to bring up to the coterie before maybe you bother the boss with it.
Can I send you a quick message while everyone starts?
Yep.
Well, I know I bothered the boss with the dog information last time. But yeah, he'll come out. I think he's in quote unquote mission dress. Which is just he's just wearing all black, and I think he's got like a coat and like a cap on. But yeah, and be like, I believe we've got all of our supplies that we need to we're going on Operation, I don't know what we're gonna call it yet. Can't use the, he didn't want me to call it what it is.
Machine gun.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a machine gun either, though.
Operation J Pack.
We'll call it Operation Cherry Picking.
Sorry, that's great.
And like Rook just looks at you. Like, is that like a euphemism for something?
Oh, it's a dog named Cherry, but we gotta save, or else he's gonna
Interesting.
involve
Ah,
Elizabeth.
yes, the love child of Alistair Knox, correct? That
Yes.
dog is like... It is his personal drug.
Yes.
We
Right.
wouldn't survive without that dog.
So like Rook is gonna get weird. He's all hyped up, right? He's just like a little shaky and jittery. He just looks Jericho dead in the face. He's like, "You're not fully prepared for what we're about to do," and he just like grabs some of the gear, and he's just like, "This is gonna get weird, and I'm not sorry. Just hold still." And he helps you like be a little bit more prepared if you get shot. And
Alright,
just gives you a
that's
little bit
fair.
more extra help, and just like, so it's like not loose. You're fitted properly for what we got. Because he's just like, he went into a mode. Yes, he's hyped out, but he's no longer running off at the mouth.
Right.
He's meticulously preparing. He's making sure every bullet is accounted for, if there is guns, or you have some kind of bladed weapon is brandished to you and strapped properly, so in the course of moving, you don't lose it.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate. I'm terrible with a gun. I don't have any gun experience, but
I don't
I'm
expect you to shoot with one. It's okay.
pretty good with handheld objects.
Like a knife?
Sure, knife, bat.
Anything you can get a hold of?
tools,
Anything?
Um,
You want like
I mean,
like one of these? He gets like this metal. It's like a I can't think of the term, but it's like a metal, like a stick that like extends out.
oh yeah, the batons, the extended
Yeah, you want-
batons. Actually,
you
yeah,
want
I'm
one of these?
actually real good with those. Yeah,
This is pretty
My-
sturdy.
my
Yeah.
sister used to carry one in her bag.
Well,
So
suggest that.
excellent. I don't actually know where we're. Okay, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna. I asked Kyler to help me. I went to research on whether or not we
Research what
found
exactly?
anything. Storyteller, was I able to get a lead on where this dog is?
No idea.
I had to. Okay. Right. I don't even know where the. Damn it. All right. Okay.
He said,
Cool.
told you about Thin Bloods. You know where Thin Bloods hang out.
Right. Did say something about Thin Bloods. That's right. Okay. I think I have at least somewhere for us to start when people are ready. But I don't think we're all. Are we all here? Where is. Anyway. Where's Viola? Where? I know where Xirus is.
I thought we were all together.
Yeah, we're all together. So Viola has had two different changes of clothes, like another
she's
change
just
of clothes.
vibing over there. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. You're right there.
Yeah. And Viola is kind of like double checking emergency makeup, change of clothes, something for if they, two changes of clothes. And just kind of looking at the weapons like I'm not good at, and she just pointedly says,
Rook just slides next to you. He's like, "Look,
this is
What
not
do you
really
what do you do? You
I-
need something on hand just in
I-
case for a slippery situation."
I literally just talk for a living. That's what I do. I'm very good at talking.
True, but what happens if talking does not work and pan out, and you're stuck
I
between a
run.
rock and a hard place? Cool.
I kind of run.
Are you fitted to
that's
run? Are you wearing loose enough clothing that is still fitting enough? Are you wearing the right shoes? Unless
Has
you're wearing
riding boots
heels,
on.
but- Cool.
So they have a little bit of.
He's literally grilling you. It's like, are you prepared?
I'm prepared.
He's awkwardly
of course
serious.
I have
for
my. I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. I just maybe I'm just gonna see,
I think
maybe I'll have a
he's
knife.
actually a great addition to the team because he's kind of like, he's like a head of security kind of situation. We don't really have anyone like that, so
And
thanks
then
for
he just
running us through the
gets
checklist.
something.
Does
and
anyone
this
have
is
like a
like-
pepper spray or something?
No, that's not. No, we're not using that. Take this.
Okay.
It's a knife.
Holy.
It
Knife?
extends out a little bit more. It's like hidden kind of thing. Kind of like he pulls his sleeves up like what he keeps under his sleeve. Kind of like this, but you keep it in a reachable spot.
Right.
So just in case it gets awkward, you stab. They don't see it coming. That's all.
Wow, it's just
Cool.
like that. It's just like that video game franchise with the assassins. I like that.
Oh,
No, I
oh.
don't lose a finger when I do it.
Right, so it's like the later games
Yeah.
when they
sure.
figured out how to
It's-
not lose the finger. Anyway,
Yeah, I
sorry.
just pop my knives out and I just stab people.
All
That's
right.
fair.
Yeah.
Looks in her very nice, very expensive clothing where to put this knife.
It is
Uh,
subtle enough you could slide it in like if you have like a chest pocket.
Just takes it,
Just
puts
slide
it in
it
the
right
side of
there.
a bra.
I was about to say your boot
works.
will-
In the
yeah,
corset.
works.
There you go. That's fine. I've dealt with deadly enough women that you will not see something like that coming. Promise. I don't know that from
I would love
experience.
to hear
I
that
would
story.
never. I would no. We're not talking about that. No story. I don't have stories. I'm a dead man.
At this point,
Right.
Annie and Adrian step out.
Rook literally bites his tongue and he's going to say some smart shit. He's like, nope. Business.
Oh, hey, can I assist you with anything?
They both look at each other, then look at you, and then like turn around, then point at like
I-
Adrian, then like points at his face. Like, are you talking to me?
Yeah, you too.
Adrian gets this sleepy little grin. Oh, I'm okay. We were just wondering what's going on. We were looking for the
Marquis-
boss.
Marquis puts
Yeah.
both of his hands out, like as if he's like welcoming them. Like think old mobster, like come to me, my children. You know, like those kind of vibes. And he's like, sorry, guys. Puts both of his hands out. Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. No, he's literally just like waiting for them to approach. Like
They
he's
do.
like, come. Yes, and he puts his arms around both of them and pats them both on the shoulder. And he's like, are we feeling all right?
They both nod.
Your significant other is being taken care of. My husband is here to see that he is well treated and prepared for the next time. And I will keep my promise to him and keep you both safe. Welcome to the family. Lobster fucking guy. Welcome to the family.
Marquis, where's Carter?
I'm sorry, who?
I mean, sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
It's, it's good.
Julian? Because that was the last one she knew of.
Sorry, are you... That's my cousin. You mean...
Right.
Right, my name is Gideon.
Right, Gideon. Gideon, where's Carter?
Very good question.
Adrian
I don't have 1,000 eyes.
shrugs.
Jericho pulls out his phone and adds Gideon to the, like, I think every time the name changes, he changes the contact in his phone.
Rook just slides over to you. It's like, and he pulls out his notebook and fans. It's gonna keep happening. And he just thumbs over a page. You get used to it after a while. Sometimes he does double up on names. Gideon, I feel like he's done it a few times. Yeah.
Right,
Probably.
I'll probably just change it every time. I gotta put a face to a name.
True.
Well, the Marquis just looks at you, Jericho, and looks at Rook, and he says, names aren't everything.
Right.
Names are just a disguise for who we truly are. They don't mean much.
Yeah, names like mine don't belong to I don't have a name. I'm a dead man. Okay.
Don't words have power? So shouldn't names by logic have power as well?
then perhaps that's why it's important never to truly reveal what your name means.
Adrian looks really lost, but he looks really pretty.
Jericho looks equally lost. It's fine. I think Jericho and Adrian are making the same face right now. Like, I'm not real sure where that's okay.
Annie is the one who kind of shoves Adrian, and he's like, "Oh, I don't. Am I supposed to like kiss you?" And Annie's like, "Adrian," and he's like, "I'm sorry. I don't." He like tucks some hair behind his ear. I was just.
It's more of a.
Who are you speaking to? Viola.
I mean,
And he looks at you.
she's the only lady I really have ever felt any kind of way towards. So I mean, and he kind of shuffles a little. I'd be okay with
And
that.
Viola like just smiles kindly towards him
No
and
one
to
should be
Marquis.
kissing anybody here.
And
I'm sorry,
goes to the Marquis and says, "Anyways, what are we going to do about Carter and Adrian? Adrian isn't."
Oh, but he will be. Isn't that right, my darling? And he turns and faces Adrian. Say, is that what you came here for?
Adrian just like swallows, licks his lips, nods. The heat that he's staring at you with, Marquis. This boy got
yes.
this boy got
Young
it bad.
man.
This boy got
For
it
me?
bad. Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
For me? Yes.
He's like, oh, my sweet dear, you are too young for me. And you can see Marquis is like, but I do appreciate the gesture. You are, yes, just quite young. I'm sorry, I'm very old. But I am more than happy to take care of you. Not
He
in
leans,
that way.
He leans forward. I don't mind gilfs.
I'm sorry, what?
I think Jericho even chuckles.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Rook just laughs really hard. He's like, he's trying to keep
Vi-
character and just be
Viola
quiet. but
is
he
in the
just
same
loses it.
boat. Yeah, Viola is in the same boat as Marquis. Is like, what the fuck is that?
What is it? A what, sorry?
Annie is like, Adrian. Adrian. Folds her arms. It's grandpa or grandma I'd like to fuck.
Fuck.
Oh, and I see.
Oh, yes. And Marquis is full on like belly laughing, and it's like, it is an addictive laugh. Like, it's just funny, and he is cracked. His mask has cracked, and he's just laughing. And he's just patting Adrian on the back, and he says, all right, enough of that. Team, group, friends, Jericho, Rook, Viola, you mind giving me 15 minutes approximately? I have some unfinished business with my two children.
Gabe,
Do I need to like fit them for equipment? Are they coming with us or what? I need to know before I go like run around in a circle.
I would say yes.
Okay, this is gonna get really awkward, and y'all are gonna both shut up and deal with it while I
Wait,
figure out.
they're coming along tonight.
Well, I mean,
The more
would you
hands,
have
the
a
better.
better idea?
Well, no, I just, I guess I just, it's fine.
You can never learn simply by sitting on the sidelines, Jericho. Sometimes you need to put your foot into the deep end and struggle to get back to the top. Isn't that right?
if
this is
the
a really
if the
weird way of
pool
saying sink or
is
swim.
you, I'm ready to swim.
Players laughing.
This may be
wow.
quite problematic.
Viola chuckles and then just gives Adrian a pat on the shoulder, and she says, "It's going to be all right. Trust. At least a little. At least Marquis.
Oh, I do.
And trust me, I know you're probably a very excellent swimmer. At your physique.
I am. I'm a track runner. Pretty fast.
And
Rook
she gives
just
him like
slides
a
over there with a measuring tape, like hold still.
and just gives him a little like head pat, like kind of like ruffles his hair, and then leaves to go find Carter because the combat dude is not here. What? Why? Oh yes.
All right, well, take
I
your
mean, I
15
do know where
minutes.
he is.
And then we'll get them all ready and yeah.
I mean, unless you'd like to watch, Jericho. There's always a time for learning new skills, isn't there?
It's all right, thanks. He looks super like
Super uncomfortable.
At this point,
Rook is just sitting there measuring. It's like, Jesus.
At
Oh,
this
stop-
point, this is
stop
when
squirming.
Kyler steps out and is like, "Hey, I'm headed to the boss's old place."
all right. What are you doing? What are you getting there?
We got a party this weekend, I guess.
What? What do you mean a party?
You're gonna want to talk to the
what are
boss
you
about
talking
it. I didn't get a chance to look at all of his emails. He only opened the app for like 5 seconds.
What does he want you to look at?
His suit.
Oh.
A party, Kyler. Is
um,
that what he
quite
said, or did he
serious.
call it something else?
I-
Marquis
but-
gives you a wink.
Don't do that.
You know, he can't think straight when you do that. You should refrain.
Oh, my apologies. He closes his eyes. Did he call it something else?
You're gonna have to talk to him. Look, I'm just headed over there, and I'll be right back.
Right, drive safe. Don't get into any
storyteller?
trouble while you're
Do
out.
we hear that music as well?
That he's playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I do an insight check? Because I was like, wow, he has a lot of music and
Yeah? What are you inciting?
is he okay? Like, is this a normal? I want to ask, is this a normal thing?
This is a normal Kyler thing.
Okay, good. Okay, never mind. Then it's fine.
It feels like a normal Kyler thing. But
Okay.
he seems kind of drugged. But so does
Rook just cuts
So
him
does
a
Rook.
glance and looks
Yeah, so does
at him.
Rook. So
and he just
yeah.
he does this like eye pointing thing because he knows. Because he's also juiced out of his fucking mind. Just like he knows.
Yeah.
He's like,
But yeah,
"Watching
no.
this
If
motherfucker."
it's a normal Kyler thing and it's similar to what Rook is going, yeah, never mind. She's gonna just be like,
more chill.
oh, just kind of.
No,
It's more chill.
yeah, he's more chill. I'm a hyperactive psychopath measuring these people of like, stop moving. This. Okay, you're gonna need this. You need that. You need this. When you get back.
And Viola will say, "Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm
Do
good.
you want anyone to come with you? All right."
Nah, I got it. He said don't touch anything in his house.
You're gonna listen this
course.
time.
Marquis' eyes are on Kyler in a very knowing way. But not intimidating, more just like...
Yeah, anyways, okay.
Yes.
I'm going. You're
Are you sure you don't want to help us with the dog as well? Do you have any information on that?
I mean, if you're still here when I get back, sure, I'll try and look for the tiny tyke with you, but last I heard you're going to want to head to Acid's favorite hangout place. Which is
Yeah,
that
that's
yeah, what is it?
that's where
like
we're
the
gonna go
dumpster
first.
dumpster dive or whatever it's called?
What
Something
kind of
like
place
that.
is this?
Shitty
it's
one.
a dive, is what it is.
Is it a dive? Is it like a bar dive or is it like a diner dive?
Both, and it sucks. And the pool hall in the back, yeah, no. Mold in the bathroom, dude.
Thin bloods with poor taste.
I see. Thank you, Kyla. That information is very helpful.
Yeah, no
If you need
problem.
anything,
Though you
just
could get a hold of Ash. He could probably, comp everybody's ticket in, so that way you're not getting robbed for garbage.
do you think you could call him
That's
up,
true. I'll call him.
Jericho? Thank you. Take care, okay? And just kind of like sighs and just. I
Okay,
guess
hold
we
on.
find
Are
the last
you okay? Wait, hold on. Are you okay?
Viola goes very still, like
That's a
very, like
no.
almost like a statue.
Okay, I don't even got to roll insight.
Listen,
Listening.
we got a job to do. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. Well then
I'll
I guess.
manage.
then
And
I-
just leaves, just doesn't want to answer your questions, doesn't want to listen. Like, all right, okay, I don't want any. Like, just leaves,
Did anybody?
avoiding all of that.
Did anybody? Did she just? I'm going. Deal with it. You
Drive
deal
safe,
with it.
dum dum.
You're a dum dum.
Yeah.
I'm
Kyler
dealing with it.
Kyler would know that usually she like does scoff, but she does a comment. But the fact that she didn't do a quip back should definitely be like something. And I think Jericho and anyone who was part of the coterie would notice that.
He's like, fuck, I gotta get to work. Deal with her. Figure out what's her damage.
What do you mean? What's her damage?
Let just.
Do you remember?
Rook cuts in.
Shit just happened.
Go.
Now go on, do
Tyler.
your job. Before the boss gets mad.
Yeah, I'm going. He leaves. At that point.
Drive safe.
He doesn't. He drives nuts. Wee,
On
wee, wee. No, just kidding. Okay, Marquis.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing?
Marquis just watches Kyler go, knowing with the knowing look. And it's not like a scary look, it's more like a, I'm watching what you're doing, sir. Picking up the information, keeping it in my mind palace of awesomeness. And then he has his two, no, you want to call them, I don't know what to call them. His
Protege?
two new proteges, sure. He looks at Rook.
Yes.
You can fit them for what they need, whether or not they stay in or go out.
I just will say, Annie, please don't bite me. I gotta do what I gotta do. Get a job. We have gear for everybody.
She does snap at you.
He stifles. He wants to say something. You see it on his face. He's just like, we gotta do a job. You can snappy quit at me all you want, you short little. Then he shuts up and he
Marquis
just starts
kisses the
doing what
head
he's
of
doing.
both of them, the top of the heads of both of them, like they're small children, and he says, Now, we treat everyone kindly here. No biting unless they ask for it. And then he
I
looks
never
at Rook
asked. I
with
didn't
this
ask for the first
glare,
time. She bit me first.
And you
answer
were
your question.
asking for it?
No, I was trying to apprehend a suspect.
And so she's
Post
fighting
haste that we
back.
needed.
You can't hold that against her.
And I'm not. It just sucked.
And then she won't do it again, I promise. Don't you, Annie?
No, we traded blows. It's fine. 1 for 1. I'm not gonna let it happen again. So I'll bite.
I will borrow them and I will bring them back, and we will have new players for our board, for our game, for our strategy, I guess.
Sure. More
Sounds
pieces
great.
to use and against it. He tries to say the word, but his brain is just too busy running in a circle, and he's just like, "Yes, we'll see you in 15 minutes. I'll have all this stuff ready."
He tilts his head and he says, Keep an eye out just in case something does happen, and if you hear any strange sounds, just know that possibly I may need your help. And then he just smiles and turns around. Still having the two
Man.
protege in his arm, as if he's guiding them, arms around the shoulders like a Jill Gilf. I can't. Whatever, I can't. I can't. It's so awkward. He's like, ew. Like, no. Marky's like, I prefer my men with a little bit of stubble. It's just like,
Damn.
no. And he starts walking to somewhere that he can have a conversation with Adrian and Annie.
I will note before Annie leaves, there is a moment, Rook, where you're kneeling down in front of her. And she lifts one blonde eyebrow. And those eyes, oh, man.
Oh, I hate it.
You meet her
I hate
gaze,
it.
and she smirks a little bit and tilts her head. And she mouths, I like you on your knees.
Damn.
Oh, she is
The problem
totally
is-
perfect for fucking Marquis
it's
offspring.
so-
Oh my god.
Oh, it so pisses me off. Rook, he doesn't get mad. He's just like that playful mad, and he just smirks and shakes his head, just like, "Ooh, just you wait."
And what is good about this, like funny, right, is she dresses like a princess, like a Barbie, a high fashion K-pop star.
that makes it even more worth.
But her sassiness is lethality. And when she steps over you, she makes sure her knee clips you in the chest. And Adrian's giving her a look, and she's giving him a look. And then Adrian just kind of wraps himself closer to Marquis. Like,
Rook just, oh boy, Rook says like, he just composes himself. It's like, don't worry, princess, I'll get you back. Just you wait.
no comment, just a look. A cheeky little look.
He's grinning ear to ear, just like, look, it's 1 for 1. She hit him, so it's game on.
Okay, so I'm gonna go around and everyone's gonna get a turn, okay? After fitting folks, let's see, I will start with Jericho.
I guess I'm calling Ash.
Okay, he answers on the 3rd or 4th ring with a quick hold on. You can hear like the pounding pulse of his work at the bar, the club. And then he shifts to someplace a little more quiet. And hey, you all right?
Sure. It's been a couple nights. I wish I was
I mean, I was wondering when you were going to call me. I just wasn't expecting you to call me in the middle of our free drink hour. I'm not complaining. I'm just... You sent me a text message, and then you haven't messaged me. So... And there's a clip, and there's an annoyance. He's not happy with you, Jericho.
I'm real sorry about that. Like, really, it's been a kind of shitty couple of nights, actually, and I had every intention of messaging you. I had every intention of actually calling you much sooner than this evening, and I do wish that I was just calling for recreational sake.
Oh. So, this isn't even...
I mean, it's halvesies. I wanted to just call you. I've been wanting to just call you all night. Work has basically just been kind of up my ass the last couple nights.
Yeah, well... I know it hasn't been me, so...
I'm real sorry.
Just, what do you want? What do you need?
I mean, would I be in with you a little bit better if I said what I want would just be to come see you and hang out with you this evening? That's what I want.
I don't...
Ash.
I don't know that that actually would help me feel better at all. Because you're not going to, right? You have work that you barely tell me about. Look, I know that you do deliveries and runs. I know that you work for like a gang. I get it, right? It's we all do in a way. I just miss you, Jericho.
I miss you.
Do you, though?
Yes. 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 Like so much. Actually, so much. Especially these last couple nights. It's just been one thing after another. And I just haven't even had 20 seconds. Literally. So yeah, I do miss you a lot. I'm very sorry, and I know that words are nothing. I'll do what I can as soon as I can to make it up to you.
I see that you're not promising to do better because you can't. I get it.
I want to do better. I do. I want to do so much better.
Jericho, you haven't slept over at my house in almost 3 weeks. But I feel like you've broken up with me. Is there someone
No,
else? Is this actually
no,
work, or
no,
are you seeing someone?
No, I'm not. No, there isn't anyone else.
He says, hold
There
on,
isn't.
and then you hear someone from his work, and he talks with him back and forth for a moment, then he gets back on the phone. I have to go. What do you
Okay, well
need?
we're coming. I need to come by, and I was just hoping to get a handful of us in.
A handful of you? Friends?
People I'm working with.
How many?
1, 2, 3. I think at least 5.
Fine.
I can just pay for it if it's easier. I don't want to be a problem.
It's fine. Which club are you coming to?
The dive one.
The surf stop?
Is that that the one I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That one.
Fine.
I promise it's all work. I'm not just hanging out with people and not you. I'm working.
I get it. That's fine.
Sorry.
How soon will you be here?
Hopefully like 30 to 40 minutes tops.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. Done.
Thank you. I will make it up to you. All of it.
Well, maybe your boss can let you finally tell me the truth. I actually get to know you.
I tell you everything about me besides work, but maybe, yeah. I just don't want to get you tangled up in bullshit. My bullshit. That's all.
You can imagine his shoulders like tensing, and he opens his mouth. You can hear the breath exhale, and then, okay, fine, whatever. I'll see you soon. And before you can say goodbye, he hangs up.
Jericho just stays on the phone for a minute.
It buzzes. It buzzes against your face.
And he pulls it down. Looks at the screen.
It is a heart and a kiss from Ash.
He'll reply right back at you. 3 hearts.
Now, Ash understands that you work for a gang. He understands that you do dangerous jobs. He understands that there are people in the city that aren't quite natural feeling. And for him, you know that his family he no longer speaks to, that they were into some very religious culty things that he wasn't all about, recently moved to Salem, trying to get away from them down in New York. He just doesn't get why his family is pushing so hard for him to join this cult. He's almost 25. He's very smart at putting together puzzles. He's a history buff. He's going to college. works at 3 different bars. The bars are all owned by unsavory, kind of low-ranking supernaturals. He's almost guessed at exactly what you are a couple of times, but he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, you can see, right, he doesn't leave his computer locked, right, when you're there, and sometimes he falls asleep in his research, and there is research on Nosferatu. Little does he know that that is a clan.
Mm-hmm.
But he is wicked smart. And he's on to the world that happens at night. But he just hasn't quite made all the connections yet.
Right.
Well, I mean, when you first started dating him, Jericho, and this is also for the audience at home, so you're aware, he seemed like he was a supernatural. He was able to, with his touch, convince individuals, right? You remember at the college when you were having a meeting with some of your thin blood friends that peddle petty drugs to the students there. There was 2 students that were fighting physically, and Ashley jumped in, grabbed both guys' hands and was like, hey, we don't need to fight. And like a discipline of a kindred, a veil fell over these humans' eyes, and they said, you know what, we don't need to fight. Everything that fell out of Ashley's mouth was a logical explanation for why we didn't need to fight and how we should just express our emotions. But he has no idea that he was able to wield whatever that was. And
Right.
so it has been a tedious line that the 2 of you have walked, you knowing he's something more, him on the precipice of discovering what you are, and maybe even himself. When you turn around, Jericho, it is you, it is Rook, and it is Bishop. Viola has since moved on. Marquis has moved on as well. Any other roleplay for you?
I think he just turns around to Rook and says,
I'm not going to judge your phone call. I can hear. Not my place.
I was just gonna say I did acquire us entry to
Perfectly
where
fine.
we need to go. So then that's all he says.
Then Rook is going to, in a weird way, say, like I said, it's not my place to say anything. But eventually you should talk it out.
I know.
I had to talk it out with my wife. And I brought her into this world. So.
Yeah, I'm just.
I should say my dead wife, because she is dead, but that's besides the point. But you get my point.
Still your wife, either way, right?
I gave up the ring. It hurts too much.
That's fair.
Makes me angry.
That's what I'm afraid of. Though. But
it is okay to be afraid. Trust me, I understand, but sometimes you have to be.
right.
Fear is a great motivator for the good and the bad. And sometimes it tastes good when you eat it. Sorry. I was out of pocket.
Oh,
Sorry.
he looked like confused for a second, but then he clicked. He's like, "Oh, right. No, I want to tell him. I just yeah."
And in these trying times, I could offer you a cigarette, but I don't think you smoke, so I'll just take it.
You can smoke it for me.
You
All right.
got it.
Well, thank you for your encouraging words. I'll take them to heart.
They're just words. You encourage yourself by listening to said words. All you.
Thanks. He gives him like a smirk. All right. So I guess when everyone comes back, we'll well, I think we're gonna have to take more than one vehicle. I don't think we have a big enough car anymore.
I just look at Bishop and be like, how big's their van?
Our coterie just like doubled, tripled with all of y'all's, including. So, there's just been a few of us for a while.
Bishop ordered a 14-passenger van.
Damn.
On the side of it is an ad for a non-existent plumbing company.
Nice.
But it does take you to an
See,
appointment
he's
maker website.
the brains. I just do I do the punching. He does the
Everything else.
meticulous thing. Yeah.
He winks when he says that. Nah, I
It's the
get it.
truth.
I get it. That's basically
I know how to
what
work
I'm
technology,
good at.
but I not me. Too many things.
That's
I just
fair.
my little pinball game. Okay, it's pretty good.
Nods at that.
Well, I'm gonna go load some of this stuff in.
Here, I'll help you.
Everyone's decided to vanish.
And we'll leave out what we're suiting the
Oh no, wait, it's all in this bag.
Oh, all right.
Two
So
bag, two
that
separate
bag,
bags.
those
Bag for
bags
Adrian,
are for them.
Bag for Annie. Oh, ooh, he almost slipped up and said princess. Do not. I ain't calling her that. That's fuck. I called her that earlier though.
Yeah,
Shit.
she might like that.
Ah, sassy women. They'll be the death of you.
I guess good thing I'm not into women.
Hey. I think that's maybe why I'm dead.
Maybe.
Huh.
Maybe. Right,
He's
let's
like,
load this van.
He's already like put what he needed to put in there. He's just sitting like
Like
squatted
thinking
down,
about it now. Huh.
biting his finger like, huh.
Were you turned by a woman?
Maybe.
All of that being said, we will
Yes.
we will meanwhile over to Viola.
Yes.
You are searching for the ghoul, Carter.
Yep. Because kind of knows combat stuff, so it'd be good to have him.
Roll a wits and investigation.
Interesting. Surprisingly a decent pool. All right. Okay, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay, yeah, because here. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. With a skull.
Okay. When you find him, it is in the destroyed locker area of this where the swimming pool was before the Garu shape changed in the middle of your compound. The shower is on, but it's because the water hasn't been turned off, and so it's just pissing from the concrete wall. The pipes bent all out of shape, like a mouth with the implant spokes, but no teeth. Just a terrible kind of grisly veneer. And he's just standing under the water. Fully dressed. Palms out on the broken concrete. Neck loose between his shoulder blades.
She steps in and she... Carter? Are you alright?
Causes him to... His head snaps up. And... the look that he gives you is... at first, like he doesn't quite recognize you. And then he says, "Hey, sorry. Did you need something?" He steps out of the shower. I was just taking a quick shower.
With your clothes on.
Yeah, it's more efficient. Laundry and a shower all at once.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Looks at him like kind of steps in front of him. I don't know how tall he is, because Viola's pretty. She's at 5'7". I think 5'7" is tall. Okay, so she's 5'7", and she steps in front of him. She's like, Kata, if there's something that you need help with, she gets real close.
He takes a step back. Look.
Oh.
Nothing's wrong. I just didn't know. And he motions with his hands. And you can see that when he motions, his knuckles, they're all split. Like he's recently been punching something. All of this is real. My little brother, it's all fucking real. And he scrubs the back of his neck. What does Viola do?
Takes his hand and starts dragging him up, turns off the shower. Come on, let's get you something into something dry.
You go to touch him, he
All right.
shifts back.
Oh.
And the way that he's moving, he never exposes a weak spot, right? He doesn't look armed, but he is. Combat knives, looks like maybe a gun. Why he had that in the fucking water with him? Emotional breakdown, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if the gun's working now if it's been underwater.
But this is all real. All of this. And I drink his blood. And this is all fucking real. I can tell that I'm different. And I feel like I got a big, and he taps his forehead, big old fucking chrome dome head fuck.
Kata, please understand that trust me when I say that I wish I could wake up from the nightmare too. I wish... But... I can't even tell you if it's going to be okay. Honestly, I can't tell you if things are going to work out or if they're going to get better. This is a strange world we live in, and it's dark and scary.
Fuck.
But I can assure you that it's better when you have allies.
Is this actually you? You look human, you sound human, you sound like you need me to comfort you, and I want to comfort you, but you are exactly what all of them are. So let me ask you something. What am I? What am I now? What am I in relation to all of you? What happened to my brother? Where is he? Where he did this? I'm walking around your facility. My little brother did this? What the fuck can do this? Tanks can do this. Explosives can fucking do this. And he steps in a way where he doesn't ever turn his back to you through that open mouth cemented room out into the actual destroyed pool area, and he motions to the claw marks. What the fuck is this Godzilla bullshit? I'm like that?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Why do you keep doing that?
I don't-
Why do you sound so soft?
I'm not soft. I'm nervous. You're scaring me.
That kind of makes him shift the intensity. And he goes a step closer, and then his eyes drop to your mouth, Viola, and he stays exactly where he is.
And,
Am I food to you? Is that what I am? Let me ask you this. Whatever I am now, do I even stand a chance if you decided to attack me? Tell me the truth.
I've never lied to you.
I'm not accusing you of lying. Please.
All right. Your brother is something I think my other colleague was. It's like a dog, a werewolf, I think is the best term for it. But the blood just, I think it reacted.
And what is...
Sorry, Charlie, do I know that it reacted badly?
I don't think you do. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think Viola knows.
Because I was like, how much? I only know that he's a wolf. I just don't
Right.
know why he reacted.
Right,
That
so
way.
Viola...
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I don't know why this all happened. Why he changed. I just know that this
So
is
what I
something
saw, that's real. What I saw, he's a fucking monster now.
No. Yes, but it's going to be all right. I think there's someone. Someone's going to help him. I think.
What do you mean? Where is he?
I don't know. I don't know. Please, just. And what you are is what we call a ghoul, and that's someone
undead?
who. No. It's something that when you ingest the blood of a vampire, basically it's kind of like that vampire's in charge of you. No one can touch you unless they incur the vampire's wrath.
What?
Like, hurt you.
He soaks it in, but you can see that his face is hard. The stress is evident in the lines.
Viola takes a step closer, like, very gently.
Roll a charisma and etiquette.
I have a lot of charisma now. Oh, okay. Okay, let me do this first. Okay. And then this. Oh, thank God. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, he
With a
doesn't.
skull. With a skull.
He doesn't step back. As you step forward. And Viola, there is a natural part of you as you step closer to him. You trace the lines of his throat where his pulse is hammering. And as it descends, that vein down into the crew neck of his shirt that is suctioned to his sculpted body. You imagine what he would taste like. It is just as natural as stepping forward. And he swallows the Adam's apple bobbing.
And to answer your other question, in a manner of speaking, we do feel towards kind. That's what we call humans. But yes, you are a food source, although we all feed differently. I don't feed like the rest of us here. And she actually takes a step back and kind of folds her arms around her. So actually, if we don't feed the way that nature, as far as I know, as we were born again to do, we lose our edge.
That hurts
and,
you. What way does it hurt you?
Viola doesn't know, right? Like how
I think she would know. When you don't
Okay.
get to feed your preferred way,
Yeah,
what happens?
yeah, okay, because like Viola's been doing that for a while. On and off. I lose my edge.
And what is that edge?
Whatever, I guess, whatever powers we get from being this, if we don't feed the way, we lose our edge. We can't function properly. But if we get too hungry, we could lose it as well. Like we could just go crazy.
And he motions.
Frenzy, if you will.
He motions to the big claw mark. That? You do that?
It's different for everyone. Some people react violently, others, and thinks about Kyla, kind of go a little bit psychotic. Some of us self-harm, some of us run away in fear, and it doesn't stop until we feed.
To regain your edge, which is a type of control.
Control over what we call like
Kind. People like me. Is that what I'm understanding? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I think I've killed your kind before. I think I've seen things like McCoy before.
we don't know that he was, only Marquis has an idea that he was in special forces then, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. If that's so, then you probably are. As you are now, you would be able to, as you're trained to be, supposedly, I think. So I don't know anything, I don't know a lot about you, Carter.
He's quiet for a beat. But McCoy, I couldn't. And he looks at the claw marks again. That's just... Fuck.
But think of it this way. You still have choice.
Adrian has no idea what he saw. Is that part of this? Is that...
No, he knows what he saw, and...
No, he doesn't. He has no memory or no recollection of anything.
What?
Annie says it's some kind of thing that whatever McCoy is can do. Is that true? There's some sort of cloaking?
I don't know. I'm only familiar with what us kindred can do, and we can modify memories. I'm not sure if McCoy can do this.
Can we save my brother? And when he says that, like, you see some of the tension. He's still trying to put on a brave face to keep his tone of voice powerful, but his chest kind of shudders, the muscles coiling and then relaxing, like he's unburdened a pain. And he clears his throat and he blinks and he looks away from you. Can he be saved? Or is he gone? You said...
You can't...
You said someone new? Who? Who knows what he is?
I'm not sure. I didn't catch who they were, but apparently they know.
Who called him? Whose acquaintance is it?
Viola knows it's the Marquis, right? Someone to do with the Marquis.
Sly? Would Viola know that it has to do with the Marquis?
Because Viola knows that we were calling for someone to come in, but I don't know. But I know that Viola wouldn't know the relation that he has to the...
Miss Sly?
I think the only people who knew that I was calling anybody would have been Jericho and Rook, because I haven't seen Viola since the attack.
But Jericho talked to Xirus, right?
Right.
Yes, but Jericho didn't talk to Xirus. Yes, but I don't know if anyone else knows besides I don't know if you would know. But I mean,
then wait. Then he just disappeared, right? And Viola's like, I don't know where he went.
But I'm just trying to think if did share it all together at one point, but I can't. I don't remember. No, you would have known. You would know, because Jericho, it was you and I who found the.
She did pass him outside, but she was kneeling in the grass. So.
Okay.
But, Viola, you can always make an educated guess. You could say Xirus, Marquis does information, Rook does information.
I'm just gonna say he was taken to be, Okay, I think I have an idea. All right, back in character. He was, I think someone, Xirus, possibly the Marquis, found someone to help him. I'm not sure. I really don't. I can tell you that, it's like, he's not, I think, because we had someone similar, Lucas, and he was fine, but it's something you have to learn to control. You don't have to kill him. You don't have to hurt him, if that's something you're worried about.
His fists flex at his side. I need to talk to somebody who knows more than you do. Who do I talk to?
Yeah. Glenn?
He makes a face. Who the fuck is Glenn?
The guy you took blood from, he keeps changing his name.
He knows?
That was Xirus.
And that's your boss? That's the one Annie was supposed to steal blood from.
Yes.
Annie told me about resonance. That you get that from us. Is that your edge?
I don't know.
He just squints at you.
I think certain resonances are better for us, but I don't know the details. That was not my job. Not really.
What was your job?
Can I make a composure and resolve?
You sure can.
Because that's gonna bring back bad memories. Okay. Oh boy, okay, no, okay. Oh my god, I've been rolling a lot of 4s today. Never mind, that's fine. 4.
With a 4, you stay pretty composed.
Okay.
But you do hear
Viola.
a whisper in the back of your mind. Your old dominator. And she says, "Tell him the truth, Judas."
So Carter would notice that she's fidgeting a lot more, and well then, I used to be a performer, and then I was, without choice, dragged into this life. And then the person, after a year of, and she doesn't finish the sentence, and I was tasked to be with certain people, extort information, and be a high-class prostitute, if you will, or escort, while entertaining the masses. And then I was supposed to be a spy, if you will, while we were in a group with Xirus, and that's how I met them. And then things got... I met her. I met him. And everything changed. And now I'm here. Just trying to make up for my sins. Trying to leave that life and fulfill my promises and obligations that I've made to Xirus and this group of people, to bury my past.
You seem like you really regret what you did.
Yes, I did. And now... And she looks at him, and it's the same look that someone gets when they're, like, when you see the nightmare in your eyes, and she says, I see it now. It came back to haunt me. And it's so hard. I don't blame your brother for what happened.
His eyebrows pop,
How would he?
and he like looks at the destruction around you, both of you.
How could he know? I was once like that too. Did things out of desperation. Out of need. Out of hunger.
I'm gonna make an assumption that all of you are, what did he say, kindred, or your stories are like this.
No, everyone has a different story. Some more tragic than others.
But if you take a superpowered megalomaniac monster and you put it in charge of innocent people, it's going to take, and that's gonna scar. So I assume your whole ragtag group of rebellion soldiers here are just as fucked. Respectfully.
I wouldn't say that. I'm sure there's others who have found peace with the things that we are.
But you... He stopped short. Thank you for your time. Can you point me in the direction of Glenn?
just points out the door.
He still doesn't show any weakness. He has a healthy respect for your beast. And oh, that creature. It is purring at the power you have, the fear and respect from Carter. And then he leaves.
Viola would just stand there and by herself. Yeah, she would just stand there looking at the water and put her hand to her, trying to control a sob, trying not to cry. She has her makeup on, she can't ruin it.
Okay. Roll a composure and resolve, and we're going to meanwhile over to Marquis.
Hello.
What'd you get on that composure and resolve?
A 3.
Okay. The tears, bloody, do form, but they do not drop down your cheeks. You manage to blink them away. Marquis,
Yes.
Adrian is all over you. So, do you think maybe we could hold each other before this, or maybe cuddle a little? Annie told me that McCoy is going to be okay, and that he would be fine with this, and well, I'm just really excited to know. And I'm also excited to see McCoy, since, you basically sent him to school.
My husband is taking care of him. I can assure you he is in the most capable hands.
Oh, you're married.
Yes, I have a wife and a husband.
Oh, well, he gets quiet for a minute. Would you want a boyfriend?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Oh, sweet, sweet young child.
I'm an adult.
I am. You are too kind. I think that I am too old.
You're really
for
handsome.
you.
Nonsense.
Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
sure you
that.
can still perform just fine. I think vampires are really hot. And you're in a room and he slides in front of the door and locks it, even though it would be the work of a minute to unlock it.
I do not believe that this is the time or the place to have this discussion.
I have fantasies.
Young Adrian.
And you get a feeling that maybe you should awe about this point and just...
You have quite the imagination, don't you?
McCoy likes that about me.
That you are imaginative? Mm-hmm. He said he loves you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that you should think about that. Keep that in the front of your mind. Right?
I mean... And he blinks a little bit. And then his face takes on a sleepy smile. Roll an insight and intelligence, Marquis.
Okay. Insight, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. 3 successes.
He is a very average mortal in terms of being around kindred and their anything. He's heavily easily influenced. No, you don't even have to roll. So, any of your passives that you have are constantly active for him. So, he's very pliable.
You know, I have many ideas of things that you are going to be doing in the future. Things that you are quite capable of,
And as he gets closer to you, he like tries to tuck himself into your
but
side.
not with me.
That's a shame. You're very handsome.
I do appreciate that.
You have
and I
such
think
strong, strong hands. And he tries to lift your hand to his neck.
All right. He grabs him by the chin and he pulls his eyes to him. And he says, "Listen here, my sweet little darling.
He is laser focused.
You need to listen to what I say. And you're going to follow every word. Do you understand?
He like exhales,
too old
but his like eyes
for
like
you.
get really wide. And he's like, "Oh!" And then all of a sudden, your your discipline, you just see it work. You don't even have to roll or rouse the blood or try. It's easy. And he gets a little bit. His nose crinkles a little bit as he's looking at you.
I think you are quite a handsome young man. You have the potential to be quite a valuable young gentleman in the coming future. And I will treat you with kindness, with respect, and with the love that I can give one of my own. But I cannot give you my heart. Is that understood?
Oh yeah, you're way too old for me. And he steps away. You're like really old.
Thank you.
Like old. Like an old man old. Like just really old. Like
Yes. Yes, I am.
I'm not into
Absolutely.
that.
And you want to know what you want to know what comes with being old?
Not me.
Wow, thank you for that. No. Wisdom,
Okay.
all right? And leadership.
I
So
feel
once again, you are listening to what I say, right?
I am. I feel weird. Is that normal? I feel really weird.
It's going to get weirder. Are you prepared?
I think so.
All right, let's
Wow,
have a
you're
conversation, shall we?
really old. I feel like I didn't feel that earlier, and now it's like sinking in. Like you look young, but it must be powder.
No, it's all real. It's just I am undead and have been undead for a very long time.
Ooh.
But I look good, don't I?
No.
Ah, yes. All right, Adrian.
Yes.
A few words
Okay.
before we continue.
I'm
I
ready.
do need your hand back, please.
Oh, okay. And
He
he,
puts his hand out.
yeah, he puts his hand in your hand.
All right,
I have a
listen.
boyfriend, and you're married, so.
Correct.
And he's like just blinking, like the hamsters are not all running at the same time on the wheels in his brain.
I'm so glad that we understand each other. Now listen carefully. I made a promise to your boyfriend
Yeah, where is he?
and your brother. He is with my husband right now.
My brother?
Well, not really. I don't know.
my
aren't you all
brother-in-law?
family? Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
right.
Carter, yeah. He's having an emotional breakdown. I meant to find you and tell you. Oh, that's right. And then he just doesn't say anything. He stares off over your shoulder. Nothing.
What do you mean? Adrian. He snaps his fingers. Hello?
Takes a second, but eventually he comes back online. He gives you a sleepy smile. Oh, hey, I found you.
Huh. Is everything okay, Adrian?
Yeah. What are we doing again? Roll a wits and insight.
Thank you. Oh. My power just... Oh, my power is flickering. In real life, hold on.
Oh no.
The fuck? 1 second. Okay, so I rolled. Sorry, the power is having a moment. 1 sec. Okay, sorry. That's 4 successes.
He has definitely had multiple disciplines in the last 48 hours. And things like lingering kiss, he is the perfect recipient for. Giving him your blood, because all of the kindred he's been around, their passive just naturally come to light for him. Becoming his domator will actually help this kid keep his marbles, because he is this type of kind that go completely batshit.
He sweeps him into his arms. And he says, I'm going to help you. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's what you said. I'm just really worried
I'm going
about
to help.
McCoy. I haven't seen
He
him
is
since
fine.
yesterday.
And I have. Do you trust me?
Yeah,
I have made sure McCoy is safe and well taken care of by somebody I trust with more than my life. He will be fine. As will you.
He kind of gives you a sleepy smile. Okay.
Marquis will slice open his arm.
Okay.
And he says, I'm going to need you to listen carefully. If you want to be saved, you need to follow my instructions. Is that clear, Adrian?
Uh-huh.
You are going to drink from my arm. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm.
You will not hurt me, and it will not hurt you.
Okay.
Is that understood?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a choice now. Are you okay with this?
Is life gonna change a lot?
It will, but I also think it will ensure your safety for longer.
Okay.
You'll still have your boyfriend and your boyfriend, and things will be okay.
He grins at you. Okay.
He gives him his arm.
I still
He says,
get to compete in
Go ahead.
track though, right?
you can compete in track, and I will come to watch you run.
Okay.
If anything, I think this may be what I'd consider cheating. Possibly.
True.
100%.
Right? Facts.
No, I'm already really fast.
One of these days, perhaps we'll have a race.
Okay.
And his arm is just getting closer. He says, whenever you're ready.
Is it already open and bleeding?
It is.
He's like, I don't really like blood very much.
I can promise you it tastes like candied marshmallows.
Okay. And he kind of swallows, looking at it, disgusted. Okay, I'm gonna
You can
try.
look at me instead, if you want.
He crinkles his nose. You're kind of like a
Pulls down.
dad.
Exactly. I'll show you a funny trick.
It's a little weird, don't you think?
He starts changing his face
His mouth just opens up like, whoa.
I can take your mind off the well. And he just pushes his arm closer.
Yeah, Adrian's just lost. Your face is changing now. Like, he just can't. There's hamsters have stopped running.
Oh, for goodness
Just
sake, this child. And his face goes back to normal, and he says, "Are we ready?"
Uh-huh.
Okay, then quickly. My arm here, it's getting a little sore.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry. And he,
really-
like, puts his
thank you.
finger in it, dab, 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 and licks it.
You need to put your mouth on my arm.
Oh, I just, that doesn't seem very sanitary. I'll just,
It's
here.
fine. I'm clean. You
And he
will
puts like,
not
his
get
finger,
sick.
2 fingers on it, do, 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 and just licks
Oh.
that.
Lips to my arm now.
Yeah, okay. I'm just, can we, is there, okay.
Do you want me to close my eyes?
I mean, maybe you could just make me do
Look
it.
away?
I'm,
Fine.
it feels gross.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You'd really want me to take charge? Mm-hmm. You consent to this?
Yeah.
He takes your head. He brings you in, puts his arm to his mouth, and literally like pries open your lips. He says, "Drink."
It's the most awkward ghouling experience you've ever suffered through. His tongue is slow to like lick, and swallowing is agonizingly slow. He pulls back 3 or 4 more times to ask questions, to stare at you. There's several times EXU Adrian not working. And then finally, you get the kid to make a nice seal, and he actually drinks. And his reaction is nothing like Carter's. He falls asleep, just outright drooling on your arm. You're like, are you done? Did you drink? And then drool everywhere. Completely asleep.
I pull my arm away and then just wipe his face with the edge of my shirt.
He, Shmee,
Congratulations.
Shmee. Wow.
Sorry. Called a shadow moment. He just brushes his hair out of his eyes or, like kind of pushes it back. And he picks him up as if he's carrying like a child, like
Okay.
a toddler.
Okay.
And Annie was with us, right?
Yeah. But I think
And you
she's.
and I.
I think she waited outside the door.
Okay, so he'd probably go and fetch her, carrying Adrian tucked into his shoulder.
I want to apologize on his behalf, but I really just don't know. And she shrugs, looking at Adrian. He's an anomaly, I guess.
He has quite the potential.
That's a nice way of saying that.
Sometimes we just have very active imaginations and active brains that jump from idea to idea.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like the best crossword puzzle that you're trying to put together with clues that have been scrambled.
Can I ask where we're going to be staying?
If you're with me, if you'd prefer to stay near where I am, I'm sure that I can rustle up a few extra condos and extra rooms near my current abode.
My biggest concern is Elizabeth.
Where I am, she will not walk, nor would she dare to visit.
As soon as she finds out about McCoy, she's not going to stop hunting for him.
I'm well aware.
I wouldn't be surprised if she knows already.
It would not surprise me in the least to think that she knew well before any of us did, and that's the reason for her initial recruitment. The false queen sits on her throne and she thinks she knows everything, but the problem is that she underestimates what happens when you have all of us players and masters of the game playing a larger, more intricate web. What we are creating is much more than simply the game that she has pretended to orchestrate.
I hope
We
you're
are setting
right.
her up for a trap. Oh. It is not often that I am wrong. But you, young Annie, I am concerned. Because anyone who has ever been with the false queen, it would not be a surprise for a Ventru like her to have played a few tricks, put a few surprises behind a wall. Pray tell me, Annie, were you one of her ghoul? Or one of her childers? Not childers, but you know what I mean. How was it that you came to know her?
She has my sire.
And what was her threat?
Killing them.
Would Marquis know anything about Annie, sire? Or have an idea?
Roll of politics and intelligence.
Okay. That's a crit in 1. What is that, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie's... Gosh, there aren't that many La Sombra in the city. You can recall a couple of names. But with a 5, that's a very, very good success rate. Her sire's name is Olivia. And Olivia is... How do I... Olivia seems like a nobody librarian. But Marquis, with 5 successes, you know that that is completely false. The library job, the librarian persona is a mask. Olivia is... to call her an assassin would be crude. But no less, she is that kind of grace and lethality. A cruelness runs in her, that of her clan. A brutality that helps her find, well, particular clans. 2, in fact. Olivia is an expert huntress, you see. I suppose that would have been the better term for her, but she does assassinate many of her targets, usually high-profiled, old kindred. Like to collect Ravnos and Salubri that wind up in their realms. And Miss La Sombra Olivia is an excellent collector.
Internal Marquis is like cataloging the information away, but also now very, very curious.
You are dealing with a lioness's cub. You see the same grace and lethality in the way Annie moves, in the way she speaks, in the way she holds herself. Why are you looking at me like that?
So, the false queen has threatened the life of your sire.
Annie's squinting at you. She got a 7 on her insight. So in order for her not to pick up anything you might not want her to, hint, hint, you'll need to either roll a deception or composure and resolve.
Okay.
So if you roll a deception, it'll be subterfuge and your charisma. I would say wits because you're kind of bantering, but I think more charisma fits.
Okay.
Yeah. With your subterfuge or composure resolve, your choice.
Oh, it's the same. I'd be rolling the same amount of dice. All right, let's do the subterfuge and charisma, see what happens. Well, that was an excellent fucking roll. That is 5 successes.
5?
5.
5 to Annie 7, because I criticaled.
I know. Not enough.
So you tell me with that 3 there. Oh, what?
That's okay. No, it's okay. That's good. This is good.
You can tell me with that 3, because I think you're picking up what she's trying to gather, because of who her sire is. She has a pre-delegation, right? Yes, this is a cub of a lion, but she's old enough to hunt on her own, and Annie is watching you with wicked intelligence. Would that differential of 3, would she know, Marquis?
I don't think she would know fully. I think there would be an inkling as to something that knowing who her sire was had triggered a instinct in Marquis. Not a full, here I am, but a very so now I have walked into the lion's den. That's kind of what, you know what I mean? He would be like, this is the lion's den. This is whatever, was it Daniel in the lion's den or something? Do you remember Joseph in the lion's den? You remember the story I'm talking about?
I know the reference, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Daniel in the lion's
Is
den.
Daniel.
That's kind of what he's in his head. Yes, thank you. Daniel in the lion's den, and he's sitting there amongst lions as if he's now just in the middle of a much bigger game.
She pokes your
Does
forehead
that make sense?
and she runs her finger all along it, and then she pulls it away. I don't think
How very interesting of you.
I don't think I know who or what you really are. But I think I owe you a favor for saving those I cherish most.
He just looks at her with the same, there's this almost cocky interest in this new position he finds himself in. The fact that he's, like I said, that lion's den, it's not a fear, it is a, he is challenging them. Right? So he has that same confidence, and he would look at her with that same confidence. And I believe that in return, it's not just saving your friends, but saving you. There are better places than to sit at the right hand of the false queen. Or to be the one to lick her shoes clean. wouldn't you say, young Annie?
I'm not a snitch.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
None of us can truly know if someone else has been rattling around in our brains.
There are ways. Or so I'm told.
That there are. So say, before I share any more secrets and you share any of yours, don't you think we should see if your noggin is intact? And he knocks on the top of her head gently.
I'm pretty sure it's... She looks down. Her jaw ticks a little. You know, the only way to really check is to make a blood bond.
Marquis' lips smirk. Just the one corner. So pray tell me, my young dove, what bond do you hold with Elizabeth? And he pushes down his glasses and looks at her.
It's hard to say no to a Ventru. But I'm really
He raises
good
one eyebrow.
at pretending. And like
His smile goes
her
wider.
little face kind of is, she's so pretty, like a little porcelain doll, right? And so when her eyes flick at you, the morbid, gosh, danger behind her big old eyes is so, it doesn't match. And then she does something Marquis is not expecting at all. And she begins to shift out of the clothes that she specially requested from Bishop, her size, her favorite color, you know, pastels, pink, light blue, etc. And she strips her pants off, so she's just standing in her underwear and around her thighs are silver bolts. I guess around is a underestimation. They look like screws, something out of Frankenstein. They disappear into the flesh. They're very small. They look like bedazzled jewels. And she taps them. And as she does, her flesh hisses. Hunters have artifacts that make mind control impossible. And kindred aren't particularly into sex. So, and she kind of motions, because they're very high up on her thighs, right? It would be quite an intimate gesture to see them. She shrugs. So it's easy to hide. And then you watch in terror as she flesh crafts the screws covered. And I have a lot of talents. But I think you know that, don't you? You know who my sire is. So you know what I can do. And what I'm not going to do. And her eyes flick down to Adrian, who's asleep. He looks like an angel or a prince. And then they cut back up to yours, Marquis. As if asking.
He just gives her a look. It's like a gentle understanding with a hint of curiosity.
She used her powers on me a handful of times, and I figured out a way around it. The long and short of the whole thing. She tried to get my sire to join her crusade a little over a year ago. And my sire, as you know, has issues with the previous Baron. So. And he just shrugs.
So your sire just said yes? And what do you think, Annie? Where is your standing in all this?
The Masquerade has to be upheld. It's our only cloak. She shrugs. It doesn't really matter which monster's in charge. It's better to choose the lesser of two evils. None of us are going to heaven. All we have is today. And it's like you said. Would you rather be free or protected?
Marquis, he pushes his glasses back up and he nods at Annie.
I want to protect Olivia, don't get me wrong, but She takes a breath. We're solitary creatures. We're selfish. We only really care about that which grounds us to our dwindling humanity.
I think that's where you're wrong, young Annie. Because as much as you want to call yourself a monster, and choosing between the lesser of two evils, yes, I will say we are not all good, but there is a goodness in you.
It's not mine. It's McCoy. It's Adrian. It's my friends at school. It's Annie. It's not me. And I'm aware of that. I know what makes me have any good are the humans I care about. You're no different. No kindred is. It's an undeniable truth of our existence. We are the people we love. So if we choose bad, we're fucked. And she motions a gun and puts it to her temple. Pew! Gone.
He takes a few steps forward, getting closer to Annie. Shifts Adrian into one arm, and he just pulls her into his other shoulder.
You're really weird for an old guy.
He just pats her on the back. That is an undeniable truth. Thank you for sharing your secret with me.
I didn't share all of it. I don't know you well enough yet.
And that's fine.
But you know enough.
Now, what do you say we go and... I have someone that maybe you'd like to meet.
She raises an eyebrow. Is it Marshwin?
Marquis just starts walking.
I know you're friends with him. She catches up. I know that Rook isn't his real name.
Are you trying to tell me something, young dove?
No.
Are you interested in Rook?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm sure I can put in a good word.
She shrugs.
Be your wingman.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna drive him to
Why
his
is that?
knees either way.
Ooh, damn.
Not just killing me.
God damn. Plus one to respect, my lady.
It's always the sassy women, bro. You're gonna be the death of me.
Oh,
You're gonna be the fucking death of me, bro. Fuck.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, yes, this is the conversation I have with my husband all the time. No problems over here. He says, well, those are details that I do not need to know, but if you are interested, I'm sure that you're definitely more to his liking.
She kind of gets this little evil smile. It reminds you very much of like a little like furry creature that's just like, yes, perfect. Hee hee. Almost like a raccoon, possum, weasel kind of feeling. Very cute, but very sneaky. Very rodante.
Okay. That's where Marquis is walking off to collect his children's.
Okay, Carter's gonna find you on the way. He's gonna see that you've got the other chillins in tow, and all he says is, "Can I talk to you when you're done?" And he's soaking wet.
Looks like you need a change of clothing.
I'll take care of
Carter.
it. Can you meet me out front? Like, a few minutes, please?
Absolutely. I will just take these two to a quiet area. Is that fine?
Yeah.
You may join me.
Shakes his head. I'm gonna find clothes.
In my room, there's a case. I'm sure you can find something in there.
He doesn't comment. Gives you a nod. Moves off.
I go to drop off my children's, and the other thing I guess we'll get to at another time. Or like flip it. I talk to one and then do the other. Or yeah, you decide.
We are gonna take a bathroom break, and we'll be right back to do our final scene. Hello, we are back. Marquis,
Yes.
you meet Carter. Out front, you hear the light rasp of a lighter. The flare from the cigarette makes his eyes glow. He doesn't turn to acknowledge you, but he does shift on the curb to make room for you to stand by him. He
Marquis
thrums
follows suit.
with attention, so your kindred eyes, you can tell that he's anxious, he's tense. Through the recent bond of Dumbledore Ghoul, there's a tightness. It makes you as the kindred a little irritated. Like, why don't you just understand? But it's the illogical side of your beast.
He will. Are they like? Probably lean against the building, also lighting a cigarette.
Okay.
And just like wait. He's gonna sit there. It's almost like he's just very calm, as if he's almost like he's hiding any
Aura he's giving off.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make him feel less less jumpy and more at ease.
Roll a composure and resolve.
3.
So you mirror him, and he kind of mirrors back, the matching, a natural, just very human event. With a rough voice, he says, "What is my brother? And is he going to be okay?"
He takes a long drag from his cigarette and slowly exhales. I've seen to it that he will be fine and taken care of. He is not hurt.
When it
But-
happened, I had this overwhelming urge to save you. I'm assuming that's your fault. Not that I'm blaming you, I'm just...
It is the bond we created, yes.
When he looks at you, I need you to roll an intelligence and an insight.
Let's hope this roll is good so I can Oh, that's 3 successes.
He's dangerous. Maybe not in the way you first assumed. It's odd. You can't quite place it, but there's a peculiar air about Carter. That hard look.
He quirks an eyebrow. Tell me, Carter. What is it you're thinking right now?
Am I like my brother?
No.
You know for a fact?
If you want to know the truth, I can bring you to the person who'd be able to tell you. I've already asked and questioned, and it can be done. But as of right now, you have not changed like he has, but I have no further answers for you. But we can get those answers, if that is what you would like.
He nods after a beat. Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with your brother.
Did you see your facility?
I did.
Looks pretty wrong to me.
It is not wrong. It is simply that he has not been prepared, nor given the skills, nor does he have practice using the skills and his talents for control. He cannot control.
He is a walking machine. Nuclear
But he was-
machine. So you're telling me he's gonna learn to control that?
Yes,
How? How do you know this person? You can trust them? That's where my brother is?
with my life.
You mean your unlife? Because last I checked, monsters like you don't have beating hearts. Because that's what all of this is, right? This is monsters and magic, right? Like, I mean, I know I sound like a fucking dying horse here.
He gets really close to Carter's ear.
And
You see all of his flesh, goose flashes, as you get close.
We are the monsters in the night, you're right. And I have seen more of my kind fall to what I like to say is their beast. But it does not mean that we do not feel, that we do not have hearts that beat for those we care for. Perhaps not physically, but metaphorically. You are who you make of yourself. You can choose to accept the beast, to let it overwhelm you, to let it consume you. Or you can learn to control it. To take it by its reins and become something more. And yes, the person that is with your brother, I would give everything to. I would rip this world apart for them.
Roll a persuasion and charisma.
In this moment, I just have a quick question. He's kind of okay, there's the little thing, if you go on my character sheet, there's a little thing under persuasion. He's kind of treating him in this manner, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see my, yeah? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Can I,
So you get
Okay.
an extra dice.
okay.
And can I use an inspiration?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Great,
willpower,
thanks.
storyteller willpower.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, of course. I burned my
Okay.
hand. Owie.
No.
Yeah, I was trying to make some tea really stealthily, and
no.
it exploded.
That's 6 successes. Please also make sure you put your hand in some cool water, not cold, but cool.
Yeah. Ouch. 6 is enough. You feel that guitar chord of tension between the two of you slacken. Your words putting him at ease, though you can see on his face he doesn't get why he believes you, because you're a fucking monster. In another life, Carter would have made quite the zealot hunter. Lucky that you got to him first. So as he grapples with this, you can see he's grappling with the morality, the constitution of it, his tie to you. And then he suddenly smells like guilt, which has a oil scent to it, kind of a greasy taste in the air. And he says in a rush, I talked to Viola, and I asked her all these questions, and she found me. And he doesn't have to finish it. You know that he was having a panic attack, that he was triggered. You can see the bruises on his knuckles, the dark smudges under his eyes. I just had to be alone for a minute, I guess. She was the first one to find me. I don't know. As long as Carter's okay. I mean, McCoy. I'm Carter.
I made you a promise, did I not?
Yeah, but the devil lies. And this is probably the first time that you realize how religious Carter is. Like, you think he's an honest to goodness Christian boy. You're like, oh, aren't you just a package full of surprises?
I mean, it wouldn't be, it's interesting. I mean, there may or may not be a nice old rosary in Marquis' pocket. Ahem.
I just imagine a penis joke right here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just that's like all I.
He's pulling out his pearls.
That's all I can think of. You're like, there's a rosary, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's 6 inches at least.
Let me tie up your wrist with this rosary here, and I'll make you pray to God.
Good God! Wow.
You can bet that I've said those words to Vincent before. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Oh
probably.
my God.
It's okay. He probably liked it. He probably was like, "Forgive me, Daddy. I've been naughty." Yeah. Anyways.
Marquis will shift his body to look at Carter, and then he holds out one arm.
What's this?
Once again, the Godfather, come into my arm. And he reaches out and grabs you by the shoulder. And like an old gilf, he brings Carter in for he literally pulls him into to a giant bear hug.
He resists for a moment. It's just a untrusting, I don't know what all of this is, and then he hugs you. And he doesn't really fall apart. He doesn't know you. Something shifts between you. You feel him take a step down a very long road between the two of you. You have a brief vision, Marquis, 30 years down the future. You and Carter might have something remarkable. So as you are holding this treasure, thinking on your prayer, there is a throat that is cleared behind you. Whether or not you let go of Carter is up to you, but you recognize Xirus's scent and your chest burns where you bear this actual RITE right bond with him. And he gives you a nod like it's time to go. Moments later, Jericho, Viola, Rook, Bishop, all of them come to this side of the parking lot and file into or head towards a huge 14-passenger van. Bishop is holding the door open for everyone to file in. The question is, that I'm curious, Marquis, when do you let Carter go?
He... It's gonna sound really weird, but he literally will just, like... He has him in the hug. Throat is cleared. He understands that there's things that need to be done, but he doesn't let him go. He will grab onto his hand. Not link fingers, but you know when you're just, like, hand-to-hand kind of thing? Like, not romantically, but, like, comfortingly.
'Kay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he'll walk with him.
Since you continue to show him this kindness, which he doesn't hold your hand very long, he does pull away. Like before he steps off the curve, he'll pull away. But he lets you take his hand. And he kind of almost squeezes it and mutters under his breath, I feel like I'm disintegrating. And I don't get it. And then he lets go and he steps forward.
Marquis watches. He walks forward and he just... Almost like he's like sucking his teeth. I know that's a really weird expression. I mean, some people don't know what that means, but he's like processing a thought. And he shoots off another text to his husband and says, we should check the brother as well, just in case. and I may need your help later. Again.
He hasn't
Let's go,
seen
let's
the
go.
first message yet, but he will. All right. That being said, any role play on the drive to the surf?
Viola would have just wordlessly just handed Carter just some clothes that she found lying about and some boots.
Okay. He'll take him. Put him in the backpack you found.
Yeah, because he's wet and it's. Ugh.
He's not wet now, his hair's wet, but he does take the clothes because he'll need to change into something later. And he mutters a thanks. Sorry about earlier.
Viola just nods and doesn't look him in the eye. You can tell that there's something else. Yeah, and she's just in the car, very quiet. Very, very quiet, very still, looking out the window.
It is like a. Does it have actual windows or only the windows up front, like the passenger and something like that?
There's
Or is it like a panel van?
yeah, there's it's not quite your typical panel van. Like the window has a vinyl pockmarked casing over it so that you can see out of it,
Got
but
it.
it's got that big plumbing company ad. So,
Blocking the view from outside in.
yeah. Yeah.
And I assume Bishop's driving.
Yes. Yes, he is.
I'll just sit passenger. This, unfortunately, still shaking with energy. Like, are we there yet?
Just vibrating.
Oh, yeah, just like
Yeah.
he's been awkward, like unawkward, like he's been like normal and not being all weird, and he's just like, this is we're about to do work. He's like muttering like, I gotta be normal.
Try
This is
really
stupid.
hard not to beat the shit out of anyone that doesn't need it, okay? We want to get some information. We don't want to fuck the place up.
So do
wants,
you want me to just stay in the car?
wants to fuck the place up. Literally is like
It's just
Do you feel
Explode.
like you need to stay outside in order to control yourself? Because this
yes,
is one of the
because
places
if someone says something sideways, and I might put my fist through their face.
Okay, maybe you should remain outside
I
as a
will-
backup plan then.
That's perfectly fine.
Because I would like to not. My
You frequent this place
partner
often?
works here.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally punch them. You know.
And I don't want to fuck up his place of work. So if we could try and handle this without any violence, that is definitely the preferred.
But what happens if it
manner.
resorts to violence? You can't get mad, and I won't kill anyone. I promise.
Right.
Critically maimed, maybe.
If it resorts to violence, then just try not to kill people.
Deal.
Great.
Don't worry, I honor deals. You set the agreement? Yes. He sounded really weird at that moment of just like, cool. And he just like settles
question.
back in and just
Is Annie
sits.
with you guys? Did you leave Adrian at the compound to sleep, or did you wake him up, bring him with you, and is Annie here? Marquis?
Oh yeah, I thought I had my
I
armor.
feel
on.
like we were.
I literally
I
thought
feel
it
like
was
I thought we were
back.
bringing.
Okay,
him
so
with
it's
us.
all of you. All right, so Annie says some shit
Oh,
under her
shit.
breath about you.
Or she does.
What did she fucking say, bro?
Roll with
Oh.
an awareness as Bishop
Oh my god!
just
Please
quietly.
tell me Bishop chuckles.
Is
quietly
he start laughing?
Nope,
Oh,
Nope,
I was
he's
about to
just
say,
driving.
Bitch.
but his eyes do twinkle.
Oh. Hate it here. Hate it here.
aside from what he says to Rook, Jericho seems a little preoccupied, pretty contemplative.
With a 1, you know she says some shit. She doesn't say anything. She does meet your gaze in the rearview mirror. Gives you the most.
Oh, except for the fact that she's a Lasombra. You can't.
Oh, you can't see her in the mirror. Never mind.
But
Oh,
she
no,
can
no.
see
Don't
him.
worry. Don't worry. He knows when something's staring at him. Or like it's got that eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know
if he
what I'm
turns
saying?
around,
He makes it look like I know, bitch.
Yeah, if you turn around and look at her, you do the 2 fingers to your eye and point at her. You know, she like gives you a little side cheeky smile, like wrinkles her nose.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like so he's like he does that whole like eye pointing thing. It's just like, all right, you got me twice, but remember, I'll get my lick back.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, ooh.
Just make
Just
sure
you
it's
wait.
nice and slow. Adrian and Carter both look at her. Carter's head like whipped over to her, like he's out of like he's
Yeah.
been brooding this whole time, and he's like, "Hold on."
That gets him.
He's like, "Hold on."
That makes Viola chuckle,
Ooh.
like smile a
Ooh.
little bit.
What is happening?
Like you see Rook. He grabs the arm, and it's not even in anger. He's just like it's like excitement of just like ooh, just you wait, and it's like he like
Do
crushes
you
it
two
a
need a
little.
room?
No.
It's just like,
You're in a committed relationship. Adrian's like, there are rules and guidelines, you know. We kind of just and Annie's like pointing at him, and Carter's like, "No, that's not how this works. You look out the front fucking window."
What are you telling me? Is he talking to me?
Yeah. And he's all the way in the
It's about
back.
us.
Technically,
All
I
all
believe
three of
that
us
they
right now.
have a choice whether or not things are, even if they are exclusive, they can include other people in, well, these things do happen.
No.
And
Carter just looks
Yes.
like dumb. He's like, "What?"
not everything is about monogamy, my dear boy.
Clearly, with Carter, it is.
He's just
Right?
mind blown.
I
What do
can
you
assure you sometimes two are better than one.
No. No.
Rook just kind of laughs. I'm like, dude.
You'll understand one of these days, I'm sure.
No. I
Okay.
don't think I will. And he just
And
looks at
Viola-
Annie.
Regardless, their relationship, their choices. Isn't that right?
I just want to fight her. That makes
Say-
sense.
That's weird.
You know, Rook, I have a brilliant
start.
idea.
What
What
does
is your
Viola
brilliant
do?
idea? I don't like it.
No, Viola would chip in. They're like, every relationship is different, so just needs communication. The rules are not set in stone. The rules are made.
He scrubs his face. Oh, God. And Adrian giggles next to him and kind of does a little
Jericho-
wiggle.
Jericho turns in his seat to look at Carter and be like, "It's okay. I just have one partner."
You handle more. It just... What?
Some people just got a lot of love, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Everyone has their preferences. There's no shame in that.
And you're the
Okay,
boss.
Xirus,
He points
why
at
are you
Xirus,
adding this?
who, by the way, since you took the front seat, is sitting in between... in between Jericho and Viola.
Oh no, Xirus. Sorry.
Oops.
I imagine Xirus just gives a nod. You can type at me, Val, so you don't have to strain your voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just your feet are like all up. And anyways, it's just, yeah. Carter... Anyways, he says a small prayer underneath his breath. And you arrive. The dive, the surf is a dive. It is exactly what you imagine. As you pull up, there is someone who's been paid to wear a large, life-size lobster costume that looks like it's seen the better side of a Christmas marathon.
Jesus Christ.
It's wearing a
Oh my
bikini.
God. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just is ugly. You know, it's really all I can say. It's ugly, and the music that's percolating on an errant cough out of the open windows, because, you know, they have no heating or AC. You know, it's a charming shit shack. God.
It's a face only a mother could love.
I don't even know if the mother could love it. You know?
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right, fine. I was trying.
And as all of you get out onto the street, and this is what you hear.
Like Rook just looks at Jericho. You're right. I'm a stay by the car.
I
That's
just want to
probably
point
wise.
out in this scene, you're all stunning vampires. You're all kindred. You're all dressed fairly well. Everyone here is in dirty t-shirts, middle-aged, receding hairlines, greasy.
Damn.
Yeah,
If Marquis is still in the van, he will adjust himself to appear as normal as he can.
I forgot. I should have wore what I normally wear. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine. People I usually see they won't it's if whatever.
Don't worry.
Vivian
You're
is
subtle.
back
It's
looking
fine.
like Weird
We
Al.
got subtle. You know.
Weird Al's return.
Okay, hold on. I got this. You turn into this guy. Hold on, let me see here.
Oh my god, please.
Oh,
I did it now.
no.
Lobster dude.
Oh, not again. Aw.
Holy shit! Yep.
As
That's what he
Here.
looks like.
as each of you, right, or those of you that are staying in the van, you don't experience this, but you do see your coterie take a step, and then they all stutter, as if they've tripped, but none of them fall. There's just this centrifugal moment of oddity, like reality itself sneezed or hiccuped. All of you that are walking into this dive, bar, grill, and pool hall, I need you to roll resist frenzy.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Fuck, I'm so glad.
So
Oh,
Viola,
dude.
this is what Viola does. So, resist frenzy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Fuck.
No, not the music.
I'm trying to find resist frenzy.
I hate it.
Good luck, everybody else. Oh
really-
Lord.
I don't really frenzy the same way other kindred do.
Oh my god, nope! I gotta fucking fail! Zero! Zilch! Nada! Nada! Oh boy! I got 0 successes, everybody!
I'm so proud of you, dog.
Wait, shove her back in the car.
I know, right? Someone quick!
Don't put her in here with me.
Alright. Yeah, I'll
You
let
can
y'all
handle her.
deal with that. Good luck! No, I'm excited. Let's go. 0 successes, y'all. 0 successes.
So proud of you.
Okay, and Marquis,
Xirus here with the 5 though. Damn.
go ahead and roll
I
it
don't know
on.
if Marquis walked in. He's just looking like Weird Al.
If you
hanging
got out
in
of
the
the,
car when he
He's in the van.
Oh, he's in the van.
yeah, he went back in the van to like just kind of disguise himself, and then he's adjusting. It's like he's adjusting himself, and then he'll just like poke his feet out the side of the door as if he's like swung it open, and he's like, "I'm back," but he hasn't left yet.
okay, so you
Does
see
he
the same
want it?
thing that Rook does. It's like
Okay.
your coterie stutters, like there's a hiccup in reality, and the coterie, what you see is a vision, and in this vision, you are not alone. You are aware of each other. You are all standing on the precipice of an abyss. A tear, an open wound, reminds you of a crater, a meteorite strike, a canyon. But from this canyon's depth, an inky darkness is reaching through to reality. And you hear it, the three of you standing there. And Viola, you go ape shit when you hear kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh, sorry, I mean, this is bad, but it's perfect. Good timing.
And there's a clicking sound, and the darkness, like it has a face in the umbra not quite seen, some ephemeral beast, ticks the chin so that the head is askew, and a click, click, click. Kitty, 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 kitty. Why doesn't he like a Monday? Because Monday's a terrible day. There is only one good day. And then a familiar voice. And the best day, of course, my beloved, is Wednesday. And we're gonna end there.
God damn!
Shit, that's such a perfect time for. I know this is horrible to say, but it's a perfect time for Viola to lose her shit.
Well,
That brings back bad
I
memories.
can say that Jericho's anxiety just spiked.
That's gonna be fun.
Good call.
Weird Al just hanging out the back. So, anybody for a little white and nervous?
Yes. So I have a question. I have to roll on the frenzy table, right? Next time we come.
That's a possibility.
Oh, I'm excited. Yes. I'm waiting.
Literally,
yeah.
like,
Excited for
turns
the
to the right, rips out Xirus's throat. End of campaign.
It could have. It could. I don't know. I don't know. Depends on what would you, like, what do you want? Depending on the kind of frenzy.
This is actually kind of perfect because it's the original crew, kind of, in a
Yep.
sense. Yes, an original crew that is experiencing this. Xirus, Viola, and Jericho, who is Blythe, but also Jericho. You know what I mean? It's kind
Right.
of perfect that the
Yeah.
newbies are out not experiencing the same thing.